And here we are finally on the third awaited chapter of this series, the Cavalry Guide. If you haven't already, remember that you can check out the other two comprehensive guides about infantry and archers. I'll make sure to link them both in the video description down below. So, let's start! Hey everybody, it's Wick Gaming here. Let's speak about some ponies, shall we? Back in 2018, cavalry was at the center of the attention in the PvP world. That's because we didn't have many commander choices back then, and cavalry was very viable due to the fact that if things went wrong on the battlefield, you could still run away from one resource point to another one very fast, and not be catched by your enemies. With time, Lilith expanded the pool of commanders and we couldn't be happier about that. I'm personally not a cavalry player, but some commanders you just must have. If you have not, then your possibilities will be limited in many aspects of the game. But before speaking about that, let's roll on the screen some preliminary information that can be useful to many of you. As you already probably know, you will unlock the special unit corresponding to the civilization you picked, together with your tier 4 units. In the case of the civilizations granting you a special cavalry unit, we have 4: Germany, Spain, Arabia, and Byzantium. Here we have a table from the Rock Wiki showing what the base stats for each of those civilizations look like. Spain has the unit with the highest base attack, 232 points, and an extra 5% boost in defense. Byzantium has the unit with the highest base defense, 222 points, and an extra 5% health, while Arabia and Germany are the ones with the higher base health, 222 points as well, with Germany having slightly more defense than Arabia and Arabia having more attack than Germany. Germany grants an extra 5% attack like Arabia does, but Arabia also grants you an extra 5% damage dealt when you lead a rallied army. A fun fact is that Arabia, together with China for the archer, are the only civilizations that grant their special units a total base points of 661, which is the highest, having all the other civilizations' special units a total of 659 or 660. Nothing crazy, but nice to know. I do think that all those civilizations are overall very good for different purposes, especially two. Germany, if you are training a huge amount of troops, can help you spending less speed-ups thanks to that 5% training speed bonus, and Arabia, which is probably the best civilization if you're a player who likes to rally with cavalry, so pick your favorite according to your needs. After this, let's go to speak about the legendary commanders in which you should really invest in. My favorite is here on the top. I'm speaking about Saladin. Other than being one of the strongest and most useful cavalry commanders that you get in the game, and pretty early as well, being him part of the second generation of cavalry commanders, he's maybe the best example of value. That's because with an investment of 380 sculptures to bring Saladin to 5551 after unlocking him, this commander will have results so similar to a max one that you will not even notice the difference. Except maybe if you're rallying cities with him, but in this case you better have other options in my opinion. Saladin is extremely flexible and his support tree, together with the cavalry tree, makes him very sturdy and versatile. The very best pairing for Saladin is for sure William, which you can have at 5551 with a very little difference from a maxed one. So instead of investing so many sculptures 690 to max one of the two commanders, you can split them onto two commanders and have an extremely efficient combo for your field battle or murder balls. If you're in the early KVKs and you're searching for a strong pair for Saladin and you don't have other options yet available in your kingdom, then Khan is surely a good solution. I will really leave him at 5511, very decent, and wait for better options for your cavalry. Honestly, I have included Khan just because he is an early commander, but the best value you get only if you max him out, because his expertise is crucial for him for being a decent commander. If you already own a max YSG at the time, here's your solution. Saladin, YSG, a very strong pair. I'm thinking about when we won Season 1 of the Series League with OV back at the end of 2019, and we were rallying with Saladin and YSG. So, why not? Another good second to Saladin in a support role is Aethelflaed, which every person will have already maxed. Cao Cao is a decent option, but not very optimal, and I thought to sneak in the last option that for me is extremely viable in a murderable, even if he isn't a legendary commander, Babers. His AoE, area of effect damage, in a big murderable will not suffer from the very typical 15% damage reduction for each target after the first, but instead you will have a clean 1000 damage factor for each of the 5 targets that you will hit, for a total of 5000. Not bad as a damage dealer option. The second cavalry commander you should really consider investing in if you haven't already invested in other commanders and you have him available is William. He's one of the best options because he combines area of effect damage and a solid buff in defense with rage regeneration granted to the nearby allies, which makes him a solid choice for group fights. Best pairings of course include him as a second to Saladin, as I've said before, but he's very viable as primary as well, with a YSG as second or even a Takeda 5551, who grants him important boosts in statistics, or even Aethelflaed as a second. Yes, in some cases I have seen people using Aethelflaed as second to William in Canyon, even if the opposite, Aethelflaed primary with William secondary, is much more frequent. But the result can be excellent in both cases, because you maybe have a stronger cavalry equipment compared to the leadership one. By the way, another option if you use Aethelflaed as primary and William as a second is to craft the cheap advanced and elite equipment dedicated to the cavalry and choose the leadership special talent on it. So when you're using that combo, you can select 90% cavalry and 10% between infantry and archers and boost your cavalry in a very economic but effective way. Try these out and let me know in the comment section down below. And yes, equipment guides for every pocket will come on the channel very soon. As you guys see, my videos are a condensation of many information in once, so I truly prefer not to publish every single day and provide you a content that can really be useful and satisfying for you to watch. Yeah, that's maybe not very smart of me, but you can still help me by slapping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel not to miss out to any future content. You know that 70% of the people that view my videos are not subscribed yet? What are you waiting for? Anyway, back to William. Another 2 solid pairs include Saladin and Genghis Khan, with the better option of having them as primary in both cases. But maybe you don't have them at level 60, so just use this combo the opposite way, it's still very good. And finally, the third cavalry commander that I want to indicate you as investment priority is Attila. He's one of the most widespread commanders of the game because he can inflict many casualties on the field. But I do think that he's kind of a lonely player commander, or a selfish one so to say, because you are not benefiting much your team. You are killing slowly your enemies and you're not dealing AoE damage that can help others. All that you're doing is increasing your kill count, which he does the best compared to any other commander probably. As of today, he is still the best commander to rally cities. In Heroic Anthem and maybe earlier KVKs where Zenobia has already arrived thanks to the migration function, Attila is not the best option to rally objectives anymore, but you are still not going to do a wrong move if you rally with him. He is very solid, and I very recommend Attila for cavalry players who really love this game style and like cavalry a lot. The best pairs are of course Takeda and Chandragupta. Both of them are going to give Attila a great added firepower honestly, but Takeda probably more in the open field compared to Chandragupta. All three of these commanders need to be maxed to have great results. Maybe not necessarily in the case of Takeda, it's still possible to have him at 5551 if you're not a rally leader, but both Attila and Chandragupta need their expertise skill to be fully functional. Also, if you decide to max Chandragupta and you already have invested in William, maybe having him maxed or 5551, remember that Chandragupta and William make up for a very strong fast-killing rallying combo. We in Overlord used this combo a lot during previous KVKs and Osiris League Season 3, alternating it with Ramses and Nebu. And the third guide dedicated to the cavalry commander investments closes a big circle of information that I brought on this channel. But it's not over with the commander guides, we have just begun. I will bring a garrison guide very soon, so if you enjoy, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao!